Live from Garry O'Neill Studios in Baltimore.
You're listening to the See.Plan.Do show. Garry O'Neill.
All right, here you go. DJ.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Pod Day! Yeah! Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the season finale, season 5, episode 23. Season finale of the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional mindset coach, business coach. I may even go back to refer to myself as life coach. I don't know. Maybe next season. I'll think about it. Regardless, your favorite coach, Mr. Garry O'Neill Jr. And as always, when you see me out in the street, when you see me in your community, when you see me grabbing lunch, when you see me at your local gym, wherever you are, wherever we are, because wherever we are is wherever we are. Please don't forget the junior shout out to Pops. And we've come to the end of this season. And this has been a little bit different for me because I've taken a little bit more breaks than usual. In season 1 of the podcast episode, man, I used to be very tight as far as certain things and not doing breaks and stuff like that. But, I allow people, I said, you know what, let me have a conversation with myself as far as like, hey, there's tons of other things happening outside of the podcast. But I just wanted to make sure I was consistent with giving you guys information, content, whatever's happening, making sure that social media was good, making sure that all the episodes were uploaded, all those wonderful things. So I thank you for anybody who has taken a moment in this season or any other season to take a moment to listen, to give me feedback, to let me know how you felt about the episode, to comment, to share, all those things. I want to say thank you. Season 5, episode 23, entitled Help Me. 988. And in this season, we're going to discuss my experiences. For the last 6 months, I've been working with a crisis hotline, a suicide hotline. So I just wanted to relate, a conversation, let you know how that's been going with me. I also that's going to be our entree and for our, prior to that, our appetizers or, not even that. It's going to be a moment of the week. 5 things you need to tell yourself, as well as pink sauce. So today's episode is going to be, hey, I want to be able to, that entree will be, hey, something that is very important to me, as well as I know to a lot of people. So I want to make sure that, hey, we talk about it, we get that information, because again, my experiences and hey, how you can get help. Okay. Season 5, episode 23, man, 23 episodes done. 5 seasons. So can I get to my shout outs, as I've been saying each and every episode? Shout out to my day one A1 listeners who have been rocking and rolling with me since season 1, since even the radio station. Whether this is your first episode, your last episode, you have watched different episodes from me. Thank you. My candy corn crew, we still in the building. We're not gonna let people treat us wrong. You saw what happened last episode. Mig and them treating me wrong about my about how I, my candy corn. Nope, we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling. Okay. My OGs, my executive producers, people that give me insight and tell me how they feel about the shows and all those things. I thank you. People that are listening to this in the US, people listening to this outside of the US, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. If you're taking a moment to check me out in 1080p, or you're taking a moment to listen to me, thank you. I can't thank you enough. All right. So can we get we go right to it, man. Can we get right to our See.Plan.Do moment of the week? The last See.Plan.Do moment of the week for this season. All right. So right after, as always, a brief commercial from our sponsor. We'll get right to it.
Are you looking to get certified in CPR, first aid, or other life-saving skills? Heart Savers Maryland is your premier CPR training facility. Individual and classroom sessions available. Schedule your training at heartsaversmd.com. Each second counts. Get trained today.
All right, I got two coming at you, a two-piece for your moment of the week is entitled 5 Things, as well as Pink Sauce. So 5 things right now you should tell yourself. And this is something I thought about the other day that, it's a lot going on in the world. Externally, you have all these things happening, all these different things moving and shaking, whether it's global, global is outside of the country, is here in the US, and also internal with inside of you. So I wanted to be able to just give you, for the last episode of the season, just 5 things that I want you to write them down, put it in your phone, put it somewhere that you can keep going back to. And tell yourself, even if you don't feel like it's real, keep telling yourself until it becomes a staple in your life. That this is a thing, that you believe these things. Here are your 5 things. Number 1, tell yourself, I love you. And that you matter. And that you're valuable. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Being a coach, one of the biggest things that, I come across, or being a person that people might want to seek advice from, is the lack of self-love that we give ourselves. That sure, we'll love other people, we'll love things, we'll love our kids, we'll do all these things, man. But we don't give ourselves the necessary love that we need. Even your favorite life coach struggles with that sometimes. You matter. That your opinion matters, that what you feel and what you want to do, it does matter to you. And you are valuable. And don't make anybody make you feel that way. So I want you, number 1, to just tell yourself, I love you. Look yourself in the mirror, connect with yourself, and just say, I love you. Because when you say you love yourself, you give other people permission to love you, and you be able to love other people, because you can't love people if you don't love yourself, or as effectively as you think you could. So that's number 1. I love you. Number 2, I have said this for over 10 years, over 15 years. You can do whatever you want to do. Now, people sometimes struggle when I tell them that, even though in that moment they are actually able to do what they want to do. The decisions you make to start a job or leave a job, you can do that. If you want to start a business or leave a business, you can do that. If you want to start a company, you can do that. If you want to be a podcaster, you can do that. If you want to be a motivational speaker, you can do that. If you want to sell hot dogs, you can do that. If you want to start working out, you can do that. If you want to sell merchandise, you can do that. If you say, I want to go to every home game of my favorite team, you can do that. Will it take some work on your end? Yeah, absolutely. But the idea should just be like, I can do this now. How can I do it? And unfortunately, in my experience, people will shut down an idea way before they even think about what needs to happen. And that's I go back to saying, you can do whatever you want to do. You can. I'm a podcaster, motivational speaker, life coach, CPR instructor, DJ. Like, with these freaking hands, I did that. With help, absolutely. People have helped me along the way. When I first started DJing, I worked for a DJ company. I started working at a club, and I was a bouncer at a club, and I was able to get a hard drive. I was able to learn how to get speakers and be able to, I've done a gajillion weddings. Done it. Be a motivational speaker, having opportunities that people have given me to talk at schools or workshops, something like that. I've done that. And it's not about me, man. It's just that I just like to give people facts, because I'm pretty sure in your life, there are things that you wanted to do that you did it, even if it's something as simple as in this morning or this evening, whatever you wanted to eat, wherever you wanted to go, how you wanted to handle things. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. And we don't need permission from other people to do what we want to do. You don't, man. You don't. You can do whatever. You can create the reality. My son, and I wore it yesterday. My son, a while back for Christmas, made me a bracelet. And he knows I like Thanos. He knows I like the in-game, movies and stuff like that. So he made me a bracelet and had like the Infinity Stones on it. And I wore it almost every day because I believe that you are in control of a lot of things. You are. And with all those things that you're in control of, you 100% could do whatever you want to do. You can. If you want to wear black every day for a year straight, remember Jay-Z said that on a video on one of his songs? You could do that. If you say, hey, I'm only eating vegetables, or I'm going vegan or vegetarian or pescatarian or octarian. I think that's only eggs or some crap like that. I don't, not crap, but if you want to own a cat or you want to own a dog or you want to get into photography, like, y'all, we can do whatever the hell we want to do. We can do it. Like, we can do it. We can, man. We can. And the fact that when we both acknowledge that, then when you say, you know what, Garry, I could do whatever I want to do. That confirmation, nothing will stop you. Not me. Well, I wouldn't get in your way. I'm out of your way. I'm here to support you. No one can stop you. Nothing can stop you. You can do whatever you want to do. Keep telling yourself that for 30 days, please. 30 days. Just tell yourself every day when you get up, when you go brush your teeth. Brush your teeth first, though, because I want you to brush your teeth, because I don't want you breathing into the, you're breathing into the mirror, and it's like your reflection, like, damn, God, smell like sauteed spinach in this joint. No, just tell yourself, I can do whatever I want to do. Number 3, you are not your issues. And a lot of times that comes from, we feel as though because we procrastinate, or because we have depression, or because of these different things, or because maybe we're not financially stable, or maybe we're not physically fit, that defines it. And it's just, that defines you. And that does not define you at all, guys. It does not define you. Are there things that you could possibly improve on? Absolutely. But it does not define you. We are not defined by our mistakes. We're not defined by our failures. We are defined by our success. Go back and listen to that 243. Howard Schultz was rejected 242 times on his idea of having a coffee shop. 242 times. Do you think we focus on those 242 times? Does anybody walk up to him and say, Howard, yo, remember that 110th time? Or are you getting your frozen caramel frap? Or are you getting that macchiato? Or are you getting that dragon fruit? And this is not a commercial. Well, unless they want to pay me. But again, you're not defined by your issues. Don't use them as a crutch. And it's not some type of ableism type of situation. But I don't want you, I don't know what the opposite of ableism, I guess victimhood. But I don't want you to get into a point where you are letting things that happen to you define you. Don't. You are not your issues. You are not your mistakes. You are not your shortcomings. You're not. So don't even subscribe to that. Oh, I have depression, which is why you can't do certain things, when it's not true. Well, clearly you've done other things. Oh, I'm not artistic. We all are creative and artistic in some way, shape, or form. This is my artistic area. My homeboy, shout out to Marlon. When we went to school, he would be able to draw like all these different characters, all these different X-Men characters, the Simpsons. He actually would make the Simpson characters look like the X-Men, Sonic. He used to draw like me. I could just draw like level 2 stick man. Right? But we're all artistic and creative in our own way. You are not your issues. Number 4, it's on you. And what I mean by that is what you want, how you want to live, who you want to be as a person, that is on you. That is your responsibility. A lot of times we want to put it on other people, and that's not their responsibility. We want people to make us happy. They should add to your happiness. We want people to make decisions for us. That's not their responsibility. And to be honest, as a person whose people have asked me to help them make a decision, I've helped them, but I won't tell them what to do. Because you don't have to own up to that. So imagine if me give you some stellar ass type of advice. Amazing, just chef kiss type of advice. And you don't do it because you don't have to. So we're going to work together and you tell me what you would like to do. But it is on you. You are responsible. You are responsible. And it is on you. So when the goals that you have for yourself, it's on you to make them happen. It's on you to reach out to that person who can help you get there. It's on you. Not on anybody else. It's on you. And number 5, which probably should have been number 1 to me. My opinion of me is more important than others' opinion of me. My opinion of me is more important than others' opinion of me. My opinion of me is more important than others' opinions of me. Who gives a damn what they have to think about you? They have their own journey to deal with. They have their own things to deal with. They have their own mentality, their own perspective that is not factual for you. Somebody can help you and say, hey, do you notice this? But again, people, their opinion of you should be nothing in comparison of your opinion of you. Too many times we're living because we are worried about someone else's opinion of us. I'm not going to lie. I don't care about other people's opinion of me. I will seek out feedback on things that I want to do and seek how people, feel like, oh, does this work? Or, what are your thoughts about this? I've been thinking about doing this, but ultimately it's on me as far as if I do it. Cause I don't, if I feel like, hey, I want to get in better shape, that's because I feel like I want to get in better shape. If I want to get into a better career, if I want to start this if I want to end this podcast right now, if this was the last season, you know what some people say? Oh, no, why didn't you end the podcast? You should have kept going. But how I feel about it is ultimately what's important. Because they can go back and look at all the other episodes. And clearly, though, thousands of people that I know on social media are not watching every single episode. So feel free. Still the same vibes, fresh and hot and ready. My opinion of me is more important than others' opinion of me. You don't have to cater to someone else's opinion. You don't have to be a slave to somebody else's opinion. That they try to entrap you by their opinion of you. Because people's typical opinion of you seemingly is not like a positive opinion. Don't worry about their opinion. Their opinion is irrelevant in reference to you. And if you want their opinion, you ask. And even then, so what? That is part 1. 5 things you should tell yourself. I love you. You can do whatever you want. You are not your issues. It's on you. My opinion of me is more important than others' opinion of me. Hope that helped. All right. Part 2. Pink sauce. Yo. All right. Really quickly. I'm going to just get right to that because I don't even. Okay. If you have been looking at the news or you've been looking at TikTok or social media, there's a woman, a chef, quote unquote chef, I guess. Her name is Chef Pie. I'm going to go with P-I-I. Chef Pie on TikTok. And she came out with this pink sauce, right? Pink sauce looks very Pepto-Bismol-y, right? Very bright pink. And she was pouring it all types of stuff. She trying to be Frank's Red Hot out here. Pouring it on chicken or tacos or fries and just smashing it, right? Saying, hey, it's going to have it has dragon fruit in it. It has all these different natural stuff. She's been posting pictures and videos of how she did it, right? And of course, influencers being influencers because they really can't influence nothing. Maybe we could talk about that. So the influencers are buying it because they want to use that as an opportunity to be able to say, hey, look at me, I have it. This lady was selling it for $20 a bottle. $20. You can get this pink sauce. You can pour on any type of thing. Tastes like dragon fruit and chili and honey and all this other stuff that was in it. Long story short, people start getting sick. There's been issues with the label. Different things. Now, I'm not here to bag a person that's trying. Issues with the label info, saying that, hey, it has 444 servings, but she cleared it up. Not properly shipping. People getting in the bags and it has exploded. Incomplete website information. So going to the website, it's not complete. I see what she did. So if you went to the website, there was just a landing page, but she didn't fill out all the other information on the landing page. Now she says she has a team. And what type of team is this? Because that was basic 101. She then said, hey, she released the products without properly testing. Without properly lab testing. So there's issues. So I want to say on the last season, the last episode of the season, to all my entrepreneurs out here, that you're ready to jump out here and do something, one, do it. But please, before you do it, can you wait? Can you freaking wait? And what I mean is, I'm not saying for you to take advantage of the moment. Please do, man. Take advantage of the moment. But the issue is think about what I just said was all the issues with it. I mean, it was like dairy in it, so she's sending it, people getting sick, people making jokes about it. Simply waiting a week or two or a month or however long it took to make sure that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, man. And here's the thing. It was pink sauce today, but that issue isn't uncommon. That's not an uncommon thing where people are jumping out here and having crap. I get it, guys. If you're an entrepreneur, if you want to jump, the excitement of having a product, goods, services, anything, man. We can't wait to tell social media. We can't wait to jump out there. Social media is there for the picking if you're an entrepreneur. Absolutely. This lady, all she didn't even tell us what it tastes like. She just showed us what was in it, kept pouring it on all types of stuff. Wings, burgers, tacos, fries, and she getting free, I guess, publicity now. And selling it for $20 a bottle. I get it. People are excited. I had a coach that a while back when I first started, at the end of the and I'm still offering coaching sessions, coaching classes. If you want to be a life coach, please hit me up. The last thing that you're required to do is have a test with me that I'm going to be a client and your job is to coach me and be able to give me feedback, right? She said, hey, I said, hey, when you finish the test, you can go ahead and I'm going to give you your certificate and we can go from there. We're going to do this on Monday. She called me Saturday, said, hey, can we do a Sunday? Because I'm hanging out with my friend and I want to celebrate, me getting it. I said, you know what? Sure, why not? I have it available. When she came to my office, she wasn't ready. She was so ready to go out and promote and have all this stuff, man, that she was so ready that she didn't study. She didn't do none of it. She didn't do none of the stuff that I asked. And you know what I had to do? I had to turn her away and say, hey, let's just reschedule this for another time. Because she wasn't ready. She was ready to jump it out there and say stuff to people, but she wasn't ready. Now, of course, she did wind up getting it together. And she's awesome. But we're so quick to jump out there. We're so quick. Like, have it ready and then show us. Because regardless of the outcome, had she had gotten it tested, the FDA approved it, or whatever you need to go through to sell a product like that, had she had done the necessary things, her still pouring it on fries or burgers or anything, and all this stuff would have still happened. And at worst, maybe somebody says they don't like the taste. But now you have so many people that are chiming in. I mean, you got the Today Show. You got me talking about it. All these things. Who's going to buy it now? Who's going to buy it now? I'd rather wait and work together and put it, I get it. I'd rather just wait, guys. All right. It's much more satisfying to make sure everything is handled. Everything is ready. All systems are go. Than to jump out there, get people's money, right? Receive horrible reviews, and that is the end of the game. So please make sure that you have the end in sight. Make sure that you go through the necessary procedures and precautions and making sure that you're doing everything you can. Because in this situation, you have to have the end in sight for your consumers, your customers who are paying you their hard-earned money. Your company, your brand. Who would buy pink sauce now? Who would buy pink sauce today? Unless they wanted to use it as an accessory to post something about it, to crap on it. And I applauded it when I first saw it. I said, okay, cool. Somebody got a different sauce. It's pink. All right, cool. Might be lit. Who would buy it now? And also, can you keep other entrepreneurs in mind? Because what happens with the general public, the general consumer, you know what happens, guys? They look at that situation and now they're going to attach it to you and your business, you and your small business. And you're not them, but we still catch the brunt of that. When an entrepreneur, when a small business starts saying, well, I'm a small business, y'all, that's bullshit, man. You could have did everything you needed to do. Simple research, man. But we want to trade it in because we want it now. We want to be able to be hot now. I take my time with this podcast. I take my time when I teach CPR. I take my time when I DJ. I don't want to just jump out here. So when an executive who's looking at the show, who hears me, they get quality that I believe. I'm ready to go. I'm not just jumping out here and just trying to figure it out. Sometimes you may have to do that. But certain things of making sure that people are safe, making sure your product is good, like that, please don't wait on that. I mean, please wait on it. I want you to wait to think about the notoriety and, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, man. Now what? Now what are we talking about? If it would have been good, I would have had it on Garry's Tries It. I would have bought it. $20. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's see what's going on. Could have been in stores. And it's not to say that this person won't be able to get that, but there's going to be a lot of people hold on to the negative. So just take everything that we might see on social media or see online and funnel it down. My barber, one of my dearest friends, one of my friends said that. Funnel it down and how can this apply to you in your life? All I ask you to do is before you get so super excited and you jump out there and you haven't mapped it out. Just wait. All right. That is your See.Plan.Do moment of the week. 5 things in pink sauce. All right, let's move on. All right, season 5, episode 23, Help Me 988, the season finale See.Plan.Do show, where we're talking about my experiences working at a suicide hotline and how you can get help. All right, so right after this brief commercial announcement from another one of our favorite sponsors of the planet, we'll get right to it.
Having a wedding, birthday party, or other social or corporate event, contact Greenlight Entertainment today. With our experienced DJs, quality sound, and professional service, we look to make your event the event. Check us out on the web at www.greenlightentertain.com. With Greenlight Entertainment, you have the green light.
You have the green light. So hopefully if you were listening to this on the podcast or streaming platform, you heard our song of the week. If you're watching this, guess what? Hey, we're not at a moment yet where we can start streaming videos and stuff. I'm pretty sure we will eventually. But what you can do is in the comment section below in the playlist I have, you can see what the song of the week was. You can see what the intro song, the song of the week, or any one of the songs that I've had as far as a playlist to fit your vibes. Matter of fact, at the end of this, I'm going to upload all of the songs on Apple Music as a playlist. See.Plan.Do show. Look at that. All right, so let's get to our entree, season 5, episode 23, entitled "Help Me." 988. So in this, so let me start off by saying I've been working for the last 6 months with a suicide hotline. It's something that I really wanted to do, something that I really wanted to, it came across and as an opportunity. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do it because I know that my talents in helping people, I want to be able to do something like this. And I did it, And so I'm very fortunate and grateful that I'm able to work for a suicide hotline. That's pretty national, right? So, like it's different ones, but like having working for the National Suicide Hotline it's been pretty big. All right. So I enjoy it. I work overnights. All right. So I work overnight. And to me, that's where you get the biggest calls about people having problems. Because I work during the day throughout it sometimes. And it has been way different. So let me start off by telling you like what it looks like to work for a suicide hotline, right? First thing is like you're ready, you're getting calls and they're coming in. And when they come in, you talk to them, right? Now, of course, depending on what they want, you just sort of operate. But I would say that I did think that it was going to be a little different. I thought that honestly, it was going to be like working like a 911 operator. Like it was going to be like, hey, like you call and like every moment, like it's going to be something crazy. That's actually not really what happens. It's not to say I don't get calls a lot at night. It just means that, it's not all 100% suicide. So I do get suicide calls where someone is feel like they're about to commit suicide. And I haven't, when you deal with that, because I'm trying to think about what to say in reference to this, there are people that call that 100% are about to commit suicide, that they have a plan within an hour, 24 hours, 2 days that they're going to commit suicide. And it is like a high anxiety on your end because you're thinking like, oh man, I have to be able to talk this person down. And you really don't, clearly they reached out so you could try to talk them down. But if someone's going to do something, they're going to do it. And it's unfortunate. But I've been very, very fortunate to talk to people who wanted to help, to be able to just talk them down, get them off that proverbial ledge, help them out, and have them just look at what's going on, offer some resources. So here are some of the things. In addition to a person that may feel as though they want to commit suicide, here are some other concerns or things that pop up. Relationship issues. That if suicide is like, suicide may not even be the number one thing that people call about. Relationship issues seems to be a lot. So relationship issue, whether it's like a family or like an actual like, hey, a boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, whatever, any one of those things. Also, we have the Trevor Lifeline. When the Trevor Lifeline is for the most part for LGBTQ community. So you get a lot of calls from that. All right. You may get people that have anxiety or other mental issues, right? Anxiety, panic attacks. You get people that really are stressed out, that they feel as though like, nothing else is going to make sense. So you get a lot of people that may have some type of mental issue. I don't want to say mental issue like schizophrenia, which you do actually have people with schizophrenia call, but people may have things going on upstairs. And a lot of times you have people that's calling for resources. So I think that one of the biggest things that I didn't know is that, guys, if you need help, like resources, like call one of these numbers. Okay. So call one of the numbers can help you out as far as like if you need assistance with your rent, if you need assistance with your BG&E bill or gas and electric, if you need shelter, right? If you need housing or something like that, that these places actually offer, a lot of, we have access and information on a lot of these resources that help, so I've definitely had people call about, hey, I need help. I'm about to get evicted, being able to connect them with those resources. Hey, my gas and electric is about to get cut off. Hey, I need shelter for the night. Even mobile crisis teams. And mobile crisis team is, let's say that you do have somebody who really is in need of help. Maybe they're having a mental breakdown we could offer them the number to have a mobile crisis unit, which is just a band of professionals, nurses, doctors, maybe, that come out and assist you, and they help you out as far as what to do. So that's one of the great things, understanding that, hey, it's a lot of resources out here for people. One of the other things that I realized is that a lot of people are alone. And I get frequent callers all the time. It's damn, some of them recognize my voice. And when I talk to them, I recognize their number because they call all the time. Now, you do get some prank callers, which I think is super weird. Like, find something else to do with your time. Like, it's sort of weird to have somebody prank call, and you can tell when they prank call. And sometimes we might get sex callers where people might be looking for some type of gratification while you're talking to them. And it's like, we're trained and we know when that happens. But when you get people that are calling and they're not simply saying, hey, I'm alone, it's sort of puts things in perspective for you. So I have a woman that calls, and she may just tell me that she like, oh, well, I'm just woke up and get ready for church. I'm gonna eat some eggs. And at first you're like, man, what the hell? Like, this is the hotline. Like, what are you doing? But then you realize, like, hey, I'll just say, okay, well, you're gonna eat breakfast. I mean, you don't want to keep that person on long. Okay, you're gonna eat breakfast, and how are you feeling today? And then, they know. And then you'll just get out the phone and say, okay, well, have a good day. And you sort of give them the end greeting, and then you just go from there. But the fact that happens a lot, that some people call and they just want to talk to somebody, they're looking out for some type of human connection, is one of the biggest eye-opening things for me when I talk to them, when I'm getting a call from somebody who just wants to talk. I just recently had a woman who, she was having a panic attack because her sister this year committed suicide. And she's struggling with it because of the huge impact it left on her family, on her kids. And she just cried on the phone. And, I would be remiss to say that sometimes emotionally, sometimes I don't get too emotionally invested, but, of course I'm a person, but, sometimes it does sort of affects you a little bit, because you're sitting there like, man, this is crazy, but you're there to provide support, provide a kind ear. We had one guy that would just call and he would just check in, and he would say, thank you guys for the work you're doing. He might say a joke or something like that, well, you might want to talk about the news. We talked about Aaron Rodgers the other day. I like Aaron Rodgers, but don't like him at the same time. You can chime in. We can go at it if you want in the comment section, but I used to like him, but don't like him. But understanding that, these people are calling up because they need help in some way, shape, or form. And it's constant, and I just wanted to be able to, if you are a fan of the show, you've been watching the show, we're always talking about how-tos and stuff like that. I realize that I probably need to talk more about my experiences and what I'm doing. So if right now you are having issues, anger issues, you want to, be able to talk to somebody, just call them, and so 988 is a new number that came out. So pretty much like 911. So when they came out with 988, which was really, really good, it's been really awesome, because being able to see like, man, hey, here's a situation where, because it's such a great need, because it's such a need, that they say, hey, we're going to make sure we do that. And I'm pulling up the information now, so that way I can make sure that we all have the information. But just understanding there's such a huge need for it, that people are actually using this. Phone has been blowing up ever since it came out. It's just it's great that people are seeking an opportunity to get help. You don't have to go. So if you're listening to this and you've always wanted to call, or you feel like you're at the end of the rope, and this video made its way to you, and this podcast made its way to you, call. Okay. So with 988 in the crisis lifeline, because I wanted to make sure I highlighted exactly, what to do in reference to it. So if 988, the National Mental Health Crisis Line, all right, this is a national suicide prevention line. So if you ever call, because sometimes people sort of thrown off when they call, they might be calling for resources. And if you call a suicide hotline, first thing we're going to do is ask you, hey, are you looking to kill yourself? Are you going to commit suicide today? So don't be thrown off if that happens to you. If you call and it's like, oh man, what's going on? Okay. So this just happened in 2020. So 988, it's been in the works, but it's used to as a national suicide prevention lifeline. And so with this lifeline, it is there to assist you as far as if you feel as though it is something going on with you. All right. So I know that 988 will save lives. All right. And because people go through crisis all the time. Jobs, family, relationships, money. So please make sure that you contact them. Okay. All right. So all you have to do, and it's also a chat line too. Like if you hit 988, you can also text. I'll make sure I put that on there. But 988 is designed to be memorable and a quick number that connects people who are suicidal or in any other mental health crisis to a trained mental health staff. All right. So again, if you are there, if you are having some type of mental issue, please call us. Call 988, and it fills the gap because sometimes you may not get to your therapist today. All right. And also, if something's going on, we're able to connect you with those resources. So 988, please make sure you call them. All right. And it makes it easier for you. Because one of the things that I've noticed during my experiences, and it's been 6 months, is that people need help and they're turning to people for help. And sometimes they feel like family is not able to help them, their relationship not able to help them. And when we're by ourselves, when we feel like we're in a dark space, it can sometimes consume us. One of my first calls, which is why I named the show Help Me. One of my first memorable calls is I said, hey, this is the hotline. How can I help you? And he said, help me. I said, okay, well, help you with what? And he talked about how he was contemplating suicide. And I was just like, okay. And I had to just sort of take a moment and say, okay, well, tell me more about it. And he was able to talk about it. And we was able to, go over some information. And at the end of the day, you know what he said to me? You know what, Gary? I feel pretty good. I'm not going to kill myself. I think I'm good now. And I don't know, to the extent of, what at that moment, I felt like he was pretty serious because I asked him like, hey, how would you do it? Stuff like that. Because you're going to get that too. If you say yes, we are going to ask you, how are you planning on doing it? And he was pretty serious as far as what he was intentionally, what he was going to do. But just such a conversation at the end, being able to say, oh, you know what? Hey, let's talk about this and talk about that. And having having a person being able to communicate with you and be able to talk with you and be able to sort of work it out, can help. In my lifetime, I've called an anger hotline before. And it felt pretty good. So I wanted to end this season with just something like, hey, here's a resource that you guys can use if you're going through a problem, if you're going through an issue, you're going through a concern, you're having a mental health crisis, you need resources. You feel like you're about to commit suicide. And you say, I need help. Help me. Just call. Call any one of the national suicide hotlines. You can call 988, all right, and get help. Because you matter. You're valuable. And we need you. And you need you. All right, guys. That is the end of this series, this season. Keep saying series. This season. Season finale, season 5, episode 23, entitled Help Me, 988. You can catch each and every episode, all the episodes while I'm taking a break. I want to start looking at different things on what I want to do as far as the show. So I'm going to take some time off, do some vacationing. You'll see I'm still going to be posting stuff, still going to be doing videos, But please get caught up in all 5 seasons, all of them. Okay. All right. You can catch each and every episode. Go to the website, See.Plan.Do.show.com. You'll be able to see all of the episodes from start to finish. All right. Check them out on YouTube if you want to listen to them. There's a link for you to listen to them or watch them, however you want to do it. If in gearing up for season 6, if you want to be a sponsor for the show, please let me know. Just shoot me an email, shoot me a DM, let me know. Contact me directly. All right. And as always, for 23 episodes, over 5 seasons, 100 and I want to say 15, 120. I don't know what's the number. 100 and maybe 17 episodes. You are the best part of the show. You are. All right. And I've said this repeatedly. So until we see each other again, because we'll see each other. I know you're going on vacation. I'm going to be vacation. We're going to get tan together. Okay. We jumping in the pool. If you are at a vacation spot that I'm at, and I see you and you see me, you're going to have to do one shot of some type of adult beverage off rip. Just letting you know. So until we see each other again, guys, because we'll see each other. Until we talk again, because either we're going to talk in the DMs, we're going to talk in the email, or maybe if you call 988, you might get me. Okay? And until we share those special, special moments again, guys, hey, always remember, always see what you want to do. Plan it out. And then simply do it. That is the end of the season. I greatly appreciate each and every person that has ever watched any of these episodes. All right. I appreciate you. And you are greatly appreciated. In addition to greatly appreciated, I want you to stay encouraged. All right. One of my friends, Nate, he ends his conversations with saying stay encouraged. So I just like to say that as well. Stay encouraged. All right, guys. Bye. See, I ain't even do the thing. Dag nabbit. Look at that. On season 5, I ain't even ended right. Yo, what is going on? All right, we're going to end it right now. All right, bye.